Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me for the free monthly tarot scopes. For the tarot portion of the reading, we'll be using the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is my own creation. Then we will move over and choose a card from the Animal Totem cards, the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, which are also my own creation, to round out the reading for the month. If you're watching these readings to learn how to read tarot, I recommend my book, Tarot in the Modern World. It's very inexpensive and easy to understand. You can find all that by looking in the Eye in the Sky, as well as my adult coloring books, which are therapeutic and art therapy. They're relaxing, and all the things that I have for sale and all the readings I do are to help with your spiritual growth and your empowerment, because that's your ultimate goal. While we're doing the reading, take time to look at each card. I will hold them up and you can freeze frame the deck. Look at the letters, look at the shapes, see if anything stands out to you. This is how it can become a more personal reading to you, as you trust your intuition and allow these cards to speak to you, as I know they do. They're still speaking to me. If you don't get your personal message from this one, please be sure to check out your rising sign and your moon sign. Now, before we start the reading, I want everybody to pick a color. Once you have your color in mind, we're going to move on to the reading. Thank you in advance for your continued support, and on to the reading. Hello, Leo. Thanks for joining me for June 2016's tarot reading. The uniform with my card flipping. People get worried about that. Okay, what's going on with Leo? I got too many there. Leo, in June 2016. Okay, here it is. Well, let's have a look here. In June, this first card is the Page of Swords. Oh, if you pick the color, look for it in here and maybe zoom in and see what that word is or what that color is in the cards. It could have a special meaning for you, but don't limit it just to that. Look at anything that changes or pulls you in. Go ahead and go with that. This is Empowerment Tarot. Okay, so Page of Swords in reverse. News is coming, it's delayed, or it's not what you hoped it would be, or it's late, or something like that. I mean, with all the Mercury retrograde, maybe it's just late. And since we're in June in Gemini for a lot of the month, this could have all been going down in Gemini. But, Gemini starts in May 20th, so it could have even happened back in that time frame when Mercury was still retrograding. And it followed up by the Four of Swords in reverse. So this is coming back, getting back into things, getting back into life after stalls and delays. And many of us have felt this in Mercury retrograde. There's a whole bunch of planets, and Mars is still retrograding. So it's kind of like everybody's been kind of slowed down or stalled. I think that's what a lot of this is about for you. Because you do have the Ace of Rods here. Now, Ace of Rods is the seeds that are planted that are going to bloom and grow. So if you are planting these seeds, this would be the time to start really planting the seeds. Also it's fire. There's a lot of fire here in this little group. And fire, we're going to have that your fire, obviously, Leo, but we're also going to have a full moon in Sag, the second full moon in Sag on 20th. So I think some of the fire signs might even be feeling this even a little more. It doesn't happen too often. And it's at 29. So it's like something that you've had time to think it over. That first time we had the full moon in Sag, this is, you have all this time till this 30 days later to really think about it, and now you have maybe a better perspective or a clearer perspective on what direction you do want to go in. Because Eight of Rods is taking action. We're not waiting around anymore here. On this spread, a lot of times, other cards will pull me, and matter of fact, she's pulling me. She down here's pulling me. But I feel like this spread, what I'm going to do with this spread, I'm being led to say that this is kind of the significator. This is sort of the central issue. So for you, action, go. Time to take action. Time to get moving. We've been delayed. We've been held up. Now it's time to move forward. You do have the Empress here. The Emperor. And the Emperor is somebody who's in a position of power and authority. It's so funny I'm doing Leo and the cat shows up. Huh. The cat shows up to help with the reading right when I'm doing the Leo reading. And he hasn't been around all day. Here's his tail. Hello, everybody. Can you get it on the screen? Hello. So, Mr. Magic here is going to help us with the reading. Are you going to help us with the reading, Madge? Okay. Alright, so things are moving. Time to get busy. Time to start action. We're getting our mojo back. We're getting rolling. The Emperor's here, so this guy or girl in position of power, authority. This person's going to help you. But when they show up, it's like it's go time. There's no time to screw around or, oh, we've done enough of that. We've done enough waiting and thinking and planning. Now it's time to really get moving. Oh, we gotta have, now Rocco's gotta get it too. Okay, buddy, go lay down. Go lay down, let me finish the reading. Anyway, so when this person shows up, the Emperor shows up, somebody, a boss, somebody, an investor, somebody who has the power. Let's move, let's get going. There are obstacles. There will be obstacles. It seems like there's a disruptive energy to this. And with change, there's always going to be disruption, right? There's always going to be disruption with change. So it feels like, well, I gotta, it's like I gotta get this together, I got all this stuff I gotta do, and how am I gonna get it all done? I feel like this person's gonna help you get it done. All you have to do is ask for help. Now, it's showing as the Queen of Swords, so I'm going to refer to it as a female. But really, it could be anybody. There's no gender-specific things associated with these cards. But I do feel like she's here to she can help things go quickly for you. Even if it's not it might be like an organizational person, possibly. But more it feels like she's been through it. She's the go-to, he or she's the go-to person, They know the lay of the land, they've got a real good handle on how everything works, and they're going to, lead you through it. For some of you, it could be a relationship. Totally could be. Because sometimes this is the arrows of love hitting their mark. It's not really pointing at her, he or she down here. But it could be. This could also be, again, with this Gemini stuff. And we have a new moon in Gemini on the 4th. So this stuff could be coming down quick, as soon as the 4th. It's I'm just feeling I keep wanting it to go. It's go time. It's go time. And that's what I just keep getting for you guys. There's some stuff about, money. In reverse, though, this card is you're figuring it out. When this card is upright, it's oh, how are we going to pay everything? I got to juggle this and juggle that. It's I feel like this it all works out for you, either because of the Emperor or because of this. It feels like in some cases this might be the CEO of the company and this is his assistant, or assistant that's assigned to you, or a liaison of some sort even. No, come here, buddy. Some sort of liaison or something like that. They're the concierge or something like that, But anyways, they're the one, that can get it all together, make things happen. There's social events involved, too. There's going to be social events or maybe charity for some of you. This is turning into a social charity. So this could be a thing. Maybe there's going to be some sort of charity event involved for some people. But she's going to make it, this whole thing, this change, is going to make it all run, your whole life run a lot smoother. This person is a big part of it, but also there's an influx of, it feels very much having to do a lot with career, or what you're striving for, where you want to get to in this life, what you want to do. It's action. There's no cup cards here. It could be love, but because the Eight of Rods sometimes is, but the cups are really the love card. And what does the Eight of Rods point at? It's really kind of pointing down here at this Magician. Magician's an awesome card. This is you are feeling empowered, you're feeling ready to go. You've been well prepped, they're telling me. You've been well prepped. This one's going to fill you in on, this is how the thing runs. This is how it all goes down. This is where you got to be, your social calendar or something. This is where you got to be, this is what you got to do. This is what you can expect. She's going to fill you in. She's going to fill you in. She's got the scoop here. She's going to fill you in on how everything runs and how they're talking about ships or something. I'm hearing something about ships. So some of you, it could be some kind of going on a trip on a ship or something, a cruise maybe, or I don't know. So maybe she's, what's her name? The girl from the Love Boat with the Dorothy Hamill hair. You know what I mean? Your cruise director, Julie. And that would be Captain Stupid. I'm just playing with you. No, I don't know. I was just seeing like a ship or something, or the ship is sailing, or something about ships. So, or, you know, who knows? Maybe some of you are going to enter a regatta or something crazy. Who knows? And there's no water signs here, but I don't know why I'm picking that up. But the bottom card here is, and what the Eight of Rods is kind of pointing at is, you know, magician. It's like everything's in order. I'm feeling empowered. I'm raring to go. You're gonna have to get past these obstacles, though. Whatever this is, it's, you know, there's obstacles. It's not like, oh, I wave my magic. I'm Glinda the Good Witch. I wave my magic wand, and your life is beautiful. There's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff that has to be dealt with and taken care of, you know. But don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that's another thing. Maybe you can even afford to hire somebody to, you know, like whatever, you know, pack up your house, or, you know, this feels like tying up loose ends. That's what I want to say about this card. There's a whole bunch of we got to tie up all these loose ends, and there's help available for that. This person doesn't really seem a lot about tying up the old loose ends. This is more about your future. He or she is the one who's welcome to the new world, you know. This is part of the old world, you know. Welcome to the new thing, or the new day, whatever that song is. That's who she is. I'm going to say she, you know, it could be anybody. You know, it says swords here, but this looked like words. I saw words there. So there's something about words. And please, you know, look at these cards and let that stuff happen. Let it kind of wash over you. And if you pick up stuff, please tell me. Leave it in the comments. I'm always interested to hear that. So, you know, you're coming in with out of a funk of being held back or disappointed or delayed, and to be totally empowered, the magician. No, come here. No. Through having to do with the Emperor, but then it's like he hands it off to her. You'll be dealing more with her, he or she over here. The Emperor is, yeah, the boss or whoever, but then it's like, okay, this is so-and-so. She's going to walk you through how this whole thing's going to go down. All right, so let's see. And some of you, I feel like it's an event, too. It might just be an event, like she's the event coordinator even, or something like that. It could be something like that. Okay, or show or something, like a big show. All right, let's get on to this thing here, this animal totem. Leo, got it already. Deer. Okay. Yeah, you might end up being like a deer in the headlights, because it's like, wow, everything's coming at you. That's not, I'm just joking. That's not really the vibe of it at all, okay? Here's the deer. Gentle, peaceful, sensitive soul. Loving persuasion, realized desires. Pay attention to your surroundings, ready to act in an instant. Quiet introspect reveals the answers you seek. Well, you've had your quiet introspect. Hopefully you've got your answers. But the thing about it with me is, deer, I always think of that gentle thing. You know, gentle, kindness, which isn't, that's not always your strong suit, Leo. I mean, you're pretty gentle, but, you know, you guys want to be, you can be very bold, and that's cool. You know, you need Leos in the world. But this is maybe almost being like kind of toning it down, letting other people, you know, till you get the lay of the land, till you figure things out. Kind of just don't get in this stress mode here, or get overwhelmed with all this stuff. You know, just kind of be gentle and peaceful, and don't get caught up in a lot of you know, stress and drama and this kind of stuff over here. You know what I mean? Okay, Leos. Hey, thank you. I'm telling everybody I'm going to be opening up the soul readings for about 2 weeks, it looks like. I'll do them 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, because I just get too overwhelmed when I get backed up. I don't like to let people wait, and I just get, it's like it hangs over my head. Or even if I do a waiting list, it's like, oh, these people are waiting for a reading. You know, I get it's too much for me. So I think we're going to do 2 weeks on, you know, and if I start getting too far behind on the readings, then I'm just going to stop taking orders for a couple weeks, catch up, catch my breath, and move forward. So I know it's a little bit inconvenient, but the soul readings are really deep. You know, it's not for everybody. It's not foolhardy like this. You know, it's pretty deep. It talks about your past life, what you're doing here. It's not for everybody, but if you do want to take it to another level, you might want to check that out. And it should be, for the foreseeable future, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Seems to be like the flow of how things are going right now, okay? Hey, thank you guys all for everything you do with the decks and the books and the mandalas, all the stuff you do to help support my channel, including donating, which really makes doing these readings, helps me to fund my free reading time and all that stuff. Okay, Leos, remember you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great June, and I'll speak to you soon.